As a youngin', I often heard stories about females going to the root doctor and putting spells on men because they wanted them to leave their wives and their families to be with them. I'll say this, men do the same thing. Men go to the root doctor and put spells on females as well. Story time. As I'm riding on the passenger side of our car, he says to me, I went to the root doctor today, and I took them your panties and they buried them. The naive me said, no, you didn't. You wouldn't do anything like that. Then he looks to the back seat and says to his friend, tell her, what did I do today? His friend said, everything he just said, that's exactly what he did. The naive me says, no, he didn't. And you in the back seat lying for him. Let's fast forward. One night I got really sick. My head was hurting, my lower back was hurting, and I was spotting in my panties. And my stomach was hurting me really bad as well. So I said to him, I need to go to the hospital. I'm not feeling good. He got on the driver's side. I'm on the passenger side, and his grandmother in the back seat. As we're riding to the hospital, I caught a seizure. They quickly pull over to the nearest gas station, called the EMS, and the EMS took me the rest of the way. Now, when I got to the hospital, they had to do a cold red on me. They had to do an emergency C-section. My blood pressure was high, and I had preeclampsia. And the only way to cure preeclampsia was to deliver the baby. Delivery went well, but while I was in the recovery room, my mother showed up, and she showed up with one of her co-workers. As they enter into the room, the co-worker stepped back and called my mother out and the nurse out and said, before I go in there to pray for her, I need y'all to tell those two to come on out the room, because I sense in my spirit one of them practicing roots. Now let's fast forward. At this time, our daughters was 1 and 2 years old, and he went away to do some time and I went to visit him. And on visit, he says to me, he said, you don't want to be here. He said, you don't even want to be with me. He said, you want to leave. He said, you want to leave, but you can't. He said, you don't want to be with me. I already told you what I did. You think I'm playing? But I did went down there to the root doctor and gave them your panties. When he said it again, I sat back in the chair and I just inhale and exhale. Because before I didn't believe him. But all that day when I left visit, I believe every word that man said. Let's fast forward. Our girls was like 3 or 4. I was going to church really hard. I was singing on a choir. And we had to go down to our sister church, which was in Charlotte, North Carolina, to sing. And after the choir finished singing, we sat down. The prophet came up to preach. And after he preached, he started to prophesy. I was one of the ones he called out. I'm not going to say everything he said, but he said this. He said, somebody put roots on you, but the purpose of the root was they don't want you to become anything without them. He said, but I'm going to pray for you today, and God is going to reverse the curse.